Jennifer, is this your question? Thank you for your I'm very happy. Thanks for dinner.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
It's just so like well, they didn't close. They moved over to where the guy is that does the leather. The leather place used to be the old.
Did you hear from him?
I hadn't, but I hadn't really heard from anybody. They don't really let me know if they're gonna be able to be here or not. So.
What he is, but they're moving in with him. So everybody's moving around. I don't know. I know a lady that's in Fondo that they put in that thrift shop on Highway 90 that they were looking at, but they wanted something.
All right, let's call this historic landmark commission meeting to order. It's Tuesday, July 21st, 6:30. And roll call. Our new member,
Jennifer Piamee.
great.
Stella Garrett.
Right, Jeff Gardner.
Mary King.
Kyle McVeigh.
Lori Marchman.
Right. All right. Okay, let's move to number 3, citizens' comments. If anyone would like to speak to the commission, please head up to the AMBO, give us your name and address, and we'll give you a few minutes to speak your piece. All right, so that opened at 6:32. We'll close it at 6:33. All right, next item is number 4, approval of minutes. Does anyone have any comments or corrections? No?
My only comment is that I created the minutes, yet I've not officially been determined to be the minute taker. And so we had left it last time as to whether or not you needed to look at policy to determine how to do that. I'm happy to still continue taking them, but
Do we have a secretary now? I mean,
I don't. So because we found out that the city council names the chair,
yes.
I think I needed to look in to see who names the secretary. I believe it's the chair that names them, but I wanted to make sure before I stated that. So we can determine if you're willing to take the minutes this meeting, and we'll for sure put that as an agenda item on the next one.
Okay, let's do that so we can do it officially. Okay. Do I have a motion then to accept the minutes?
I make a motion, we approve the minutes from February 17th, February 25th, and March 17th.
All right, had a motion. Do we have a second? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
I
Aye. Yes, it looks like the motion passes unanimously. All right, the next item is number 5, discussion and action items. Letter A, discussion and take appropriate action on the certificate of appropriateness for 1005 Alamo Street.
Okay, I'll go ahead and as y'all can see, Selena's not here. She did have a medical emergency, so this is last minute. So yeah, she did send me a copy of her notes, so I'm gonna do my best, and she created the PowerPoint, so we're gonna trek through this. But if y'all have any in-depth questions, I may have to defer to her later and then get that answer back to y'all. So this is discussion and take appropriate action on the certificate of appropriateness for 105 Alamo Street or 1005 Alamo Street. This property is located in the historic district and is on both historic resources surveys. Here's what the property currently looks like. The applicant is proposing a non-illuminated cut out megabond letters. The top letters have a height of 10 inches and the bottom letters are 6 inches. The colors of the letters will match the metal root. The letters will be mounted directly to the wall using a high-strength double-sided adhesive system and exterior-grade silicone adhesive. No screws, anchors, or mechanical fasteners will be used. In my recommendation letter, I wrote the following. Please note that the submitted rendering is an AI-generated image intended to illustrate the proposed signage design and placement. As a result, existing building dimensions and architectural features shown in the image may not accurately reflect current conditions. The scope of the work is limited to the proposed signage and does not include the 2 light fixtures on each side of the door as seen in the image. So, but with that being said, Selena did recommend approval for this item.
Okay.
Sure,
Let's start
absolutely.
this then.
Okay, although this has nothing to do with that, I want to welcome our new member to the Historical Landmark Commission, Jennifer Payami.
Yes.
Welcome. Thank you for being here. And are the persons or person who want to put the signage up located in the room?
I believe so. Right there.
Okay, so you'll be ready. You'll be available to answer any questions. Okay, great. First off, I want to note that according to the recommendation by staff, that the code that was quoted was Exhibit A to 22B and Exhibit A to number 1, which is the general overview of alterations for historic homes. I understand that this is now coded as business
That's correct.
or commercial, excuse me,
Yes,
commercial,
ma'am.
but it is still one of the 96 historical homes.
Yes, it was on the original survey that had the 96 homes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What I want to point out is that other than using the ordinance that's been listed in the recommendation, I referred to the actual design guidelines on pages 59 and 60, where it talks specifically about signage.
Mhm.
And the first thing that it does bring up is that the sign should never overpower the visible or the visual environment of the historic home. I also want to note that according to the ordinance, it should relate to the architecture of the building. It's quite attractive as far as the font and everything goes. I think that according to the ordinance, though, the ratio of signage to home might be a little skewed as far as the signage may be too large for the side of this house. The other thing I wanted to note is that in the ordinance, it does state that since we are a walking community, that the signage can be small enough to be read at a walking speed. And so basically what I'm doing is just showing you in the ordinance the reasonings that I have that I think that although the sign is very attractive, I think it needs to be reduced in size.
Can you go to the podium, please? We're live, so we need everyone to hear it. Thank you.
I said, for the sign, right now it's 7 feet. What would you recommend us lower it? She's looking up right now the actual width of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that is? I want to say the windows are 4 feet and the other windows are 4 feet. So we're really
And
enlarging
so the
it.
space in between each window is,
That's what she's looking at.
oh, she's looking that up. And in the ordinance, it doesn't
'Cause I-
refer necessarily to a proportion like 2 to 1 or 3 to 2 or anything like that. Just, I think it's based on an aesthetic, an opinion as far as it goes historically with the architecture of the home.
Because the rendering is AI, so it's a little bit drastic. It's not actually dimensions. The building's actually 33 and a half, and this is 7 feet. So it leaves us with 21, 30, about 10 feet on each side still.
Yeah,
So-
so it's about 10 feet long.
Yeah, of open space still. 'Cause I think
Oh,
that
of open
I think that's
space.
being
I understand.
drastic, and I don't think it touches the windows.
No, okay.
I think the
Yeah.
door, for reference, is 36, so 3 feet wide, and the sign is 7 feet. So it actually sticks out past your door 2.5 feet on each side. And that rendering shows it to be about 4 feet on each side.
Okay.
So the rendering is really,
As noted, it
Two
says,
down.
please note this is AI. So yeah, that's why I wanted to check with you.
okay.
And so that would be my only concern, the size proportional to
Did we go down 1 foot?
um,
Because
I'll leave it for the others to include their discussion with this. I don't have a specific size until I hear what the
Oh,
others
okay.
have to say. I also would add one more thing in that attaching it to the wall, I know that the ordinance says you can attach to the wall a flush sign. I don't know, it doesn't say anything about separate letters, so I wanted to defer to the committee on that one as well.
Okay.
And then if they had another recommendation or opinion as far as maybe a posted sign or something like that. And thank you for bringing your business to Castroville.
Of course. We'll take a seat and listen to the next one.
Okay,
Great.
thank you. That's all I have.
Kyle?
According to what you were saying is, I come back up, that this rendering is too large.
It's too large. When I do the math, it actually has 13 feet on each side between the sign. And yeah, I want to say if we follow that rendering, that's probably 12 feet wide.
Not yet. Oh, sorry. So, Brianna, if he's saying that this is too large, why would we want to reduce it if it is going to be smaller anyway?
What do you mean, why?
Well,
Oh, I see.
yeah, because he was.
Yeah.
I agree.
Would y'all be opposed to us doing a blue tape on the building? I know you only have this meeting once a month, but maybe a member can unofficially drive by and we blue tape where the actual dimensions are.
I think we can.
I don't see a problem with the sign to begin with, and I think attaching it to the building on single letters is fine. I like that better than having a wooden thing or something else, metal or whatever.
Mhm.
And if it would be smaller, according to your own recommendations, that's what I would go with.
Mary?
Very big rendering.
From what I can tell, you said 10 inches for those top letters. And isn't this 8
That's
by 11?
That's 8 by 11.
To me, that's a large letter.
Mhm.
And the building itself is so quaint and beautiful. The lettering is very nice, the way you have it, but I do think it's overwhelming. I think it needs to be smaller.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate that you gave us this rendering because because it doesn't really tell us what you want. What you're saying is that the sign itself that you're actually proposing is probably almost half that size, right? This is almost double the size of the sign that you want.
And this is probably standing 10 feet from the building, and that's not what it's going to look like from 10 feet.
Okay.
It looks larger than that, because if I'm standing here looking at that Castroville sign, that's bigger than the letters from where we're standing. I'd say that's about 14 inches.
It's hard to get away from that image.
Yeah.
And so I'm having a hard time trying to picture what the sign looks like.
Mhm.
Is there a hand-drawn rendering of your sign?
No,
Or
the
something
person
else that
who
we can take a
designed
look
our
at?
signs, he uses AI to get a color and letter design, not really a scale.
Okay. So the house itself is, you said it was 30 odd feet?
33 with 4 inches wide.
33, okay. And the sign itself,
7 at the
It's
widest
7.
point.
okay.
It gives you 13 and 13 on each side.
So how far does the sign extend from the edges of the door?
If it's 3 feet, it should give me 3, 4, 5, 6. About, no, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 feet past the door.
How much?
2 feet
2 feet.
on each side.
I think Jennifer has it figured out over here on her. She's done some,
Okay, you did some drawing?
she's done some drawing.
It appears that if we divide it in half, it gives you like 16 and a half feet on each side. So my rough estimate is that the sign will not come past the lights.
Okay, so
And-
it's significantly smaller.
Yes.
But so that means that your letters themselves will are smaller also. Those are enlarged by the AI also.
And because if you have an iPhone, your iPhone's only 7 inches, so those are the bottom letters.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking the frontage is about 40 feet from the front. So imagine standing in the parking lot.
So those are almost twice as large as they're supposed to
I
be.
would say 3 times.
Right.
3 times.
And I think
as large.
what he was just trying to show us was the font and then the color of the letters.
Uh-huh.
I emphasized how I wanted to keep it that historic feel where it's going
Right.
to match the top of the roof. So I think.
Well,
that's
I
why-
like the sign itself. If it is the size that you're telling us it's going to be, then I have no problems with it at all. And like I said, I think this was very unfortunate. It would be nice if you were able to confirm the size
I think,
by giving us an accurate visual rendering.
I think what we'll end up doing is I'll get in contact with the guy that makes the signs and actually stick
Mhm.
paper that's the right size. That way he can
Right.
get a picture in real life from this point, standing in front of I believe the building height is 14 feet tall. So it's not a short
Right.
building. I'm going to get one from the street because
Mm-hmm.
possible. What we're trying to do is not overpower the building. We're trying
Sure.
to keep it kind of, you know where you're going kind of
Mhm.
thing. And it's just going to go, okay, this is the store.
Well, maybe we can get,
What, I think it's very creative, and maybe could we think about to keep them from having to come back next month? Are y'all ready to start putting the sign up? Maybe we could, if you could give us, we could approve with conditions. And if you can get into Brianna exactly the size of the letters and maybe just a drawing of how far they really go out, like she says they don't even go out.
Because if that door is 3 and it's 2 on each side, they're not even,
They're really close to the,
I think it would
The
be
A.
appropriate.
on one side and the T on the other.
they're really close to where you see the lanterns. I mean, that-
top window on top of the door,
Uh-huh.
I believe is bigger than 10 inches also.
Oh, it probably is, yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, as you said earlier, it's double the size.
I think it's very creative, though. It's different than just having a board sign plastered on the side of the walls. I do applaud you for that. But is there some way we could
Here,
condition?
I'm gonna, AI is magical because you can take a picture and you can tell it to reduce it by a significant amount. And then I'm gonna pass this around because I think it gives a better illustration of what it's gonna look like.
Boy, this is getting.
I know.
High tech.
I know, I was gonna fix it.
Yeah, I was like, because I think the picture, y'all hung up on the picture, but from what they said, I think it's gonna look, this is
I'm
probably a
ready to
better
go put
proportion.
paper on those
Right.
buildings.
Today.
He's ready to fix it, so.
I was gonna fix it too. Yeah, that feels right. Okay.
I mean, I'll verify with, I should probably verify with them that that's closer to what it needs.
That feels about right.
Yes.
That's what I
that
have.
Definitely does.
You messed things
Do you
up.
have
I
a,
did, twice.
Brianna, do you have an idea of what the dimensions would be on your
Yeah,
telephone?
Well, so I don't think the dimensions of the sign are wrong, the ones that they've given us. It's just that the way AI puts it on a building, AI doesn't do dimensions of a building. So it's just putting it on there the way it thinks you're wanting to see it on there, but it's not actually taking dimension into account. Yeah, it's not to scale. Yeah. So what I did is I did a reduction by, I did 50% there. I think it's probably even a little smaller than that, but I did a reduction of it.
That feels more proportional.
And let me just make sure that that's what they,
I think
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the
we should
purpose
shoot
of AI.
Yeah,
It
show them.
grabs your attention.
That's hilarious.
We're gonna change it, but you can't see.
but also I could give them this picture and say, this is the biggest it can go. So.
Mm.
Well,
Y'all are okay
Right.
with that?
Would the motion need to
That's
state
exactly
in
what
the
I'm gonna-
amendment
Okay,
that
Yeah,
the
but
size
I
is
also
not
make
to
sure that-
exceed?
yeah, not to
well,
exceed.
that, yeah, we can do that.
Because
We can do that, but I mean, they've got the size already in their application. It's just that the picture doesn't show it
Yes.
correctly.
Somebody
Okay.
touched it.
So I think that what they've
Is
said,
that what what you looked at there? That's
Correct.
about what it is.
Yes. Yes.
So I think their application is correct. It's just that their picture is incorrect.
Grabs your attention.
It sure did.
And I think that's why
Well,
Selena
we
put,
don't always get this pretty a picture either, so then to have it.
I think that's why Selena put that disclaimer at the bottom, is because I'm sure when she saw it, she probably thought the same thing. And then when she realized Selena can sketch something up so fast, she probably did exactly what Jennifer did and was like, oh, it's not as big as AI's making it out to be. So, all right.
All right, any other discussion about this? Can I get a motion? Go ahead.
It says it right there. I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness for the proposed signage at 1005 Alma Street as presented. Or do we want to say it as long as it's between the lights?
As written.
As written,
As discussed.
yes, without the AI rendering.
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Okay. So we've had a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion? No? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nay? All right. So the motion passes unanimously.
We appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And as valued members, I'm still gonna get the guy out there to get the picture that way.
If you want to, feel free to give me a call at Public Works, and
Yeah,
once you have it up
I'm a
there, and I'll go
contractor,
swing
so
by
I'm
just to
sure-
take a look at it. Yeah.
I haven't looked at
Thank
this,
you so much.
and I know, I'm gonna make sure he comes out here and gets
Tell Arlene,
another approval.
tell Arlene too that she got some good people to get into this.
Yeah,
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
all right,
you.
thank you.
Good luck.
Appreciate your time. All right, let's move on to 5B, update on list of homes for sale in the historic districts.
So Selena just wanted to let y'all know that since y'all last spoke on the properties for sale in historic districts, this is what she found. This is probably not what's all encompassed, but this is what she can find online. So Harsheim Properties has 812 Lafayette, and that one is under contract, and 901 Gentiles is active. 809 Florence sold last month by Justin Crisp. And then there's also 2 active listings, 1615 Lorenzo, Home Team of America. Oh, I guess that's the agency. And then 413 Petersburg, and that's for Keller Williams Legacy. And then all these listings agents have been notified. So,
Okay.
But of course, y'all see anything, feel free to email me or Selena, and we can always get it over to her so she can send them the flyer. So, all right.
Okay. All right, let's move on to 5C, update on the Historic Resource Survey and the UTSA coordination.
Okay, so Selena's been going back and forth. I'm going to read her notes in a minute, but I also know a little bit of the backstory. Because as y'all know, when we went through our historic design guide workshop, the next step was she thought that UTSA was going to maybe have some, be able to help the city with the historic resource survey, because they have students and they have all these things that they do to get them introduced to communities and start writing down, and they're easy to task with things. And so, she went and talked with Michael Angelo Sabentino, the new director for the School of Architecture and Planning. And he shared how UTSA and the city have been collaborating, but it's not with us, the city, it's with a different entity of somebody who's doing historic preservation within the city. And so what came out of that conversation is they wanted to pursue that project, and they ultimately were not interested in doing the historic resource survey for the purpose that we need it for. And so I don't know all the details about what the other project was or what they're planning on doing with that. But I do know that they just said that they're really not interested at this point in helping with what we need. So now it kind of brings us back to the drawing board, because as we know, that's going to be significant funds that would be necessary. And then also it tied so much into when we were talking in that workshop about the historic design guidelines. it tied so much into the progress we want to make within those guidelines. And so it would almost, it's like, you know, you can make the changes to the guidelines, but if you don't have the survey to go along with it, what's the next step? Levi Soto, come here.
Is there another university that we can contact? I mean, we've got, you know,
There's a
St.
few around
Mary's,
here.
We've got Sewell Ross, we've got, I mean,
I don't think Selena's gotten that far to contact other people.
okay.
She just thought, because UTSA has kind of been, I don't want to say advertising, but they've been definitely throwing this program out there for their architecture and planning to get a group of students out there to do this kind of work. And that's why she knew about it.
Right.
So she has not had a chance to talk with other colleges about that.
Okay.
I have a question
Mhm.
about, I don't know, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, there was a group of students here, they stayed at the homestead.
Yeah, that's
I mean, that was what we're talking
Well,
about,
the
right?
website, Sherry Biediger was working with
Right,
them,
yeah.
Andrea Pressman.
And
And there is a website, they're not finished by any means, because they're doing all Medina County. So
are they finished maybe with Castroville, that if
I
we,
don't think they're
you don't
finished.
think they're finished
But
at all?
it'll be a question for Sherry to answer, but, no, I don't think that they're finished.
Would we want to invite her to come and give us
Sherry?
yeah, to the meeting?
Maybe so, because they stayed for what, 3 weeks or so?
It was quite a long.
It was very, it was an intensive.
You mean the ones from New York?
No, they were,
They were from all over.
yeah,
It's from New York.
It was from Notre Dame,
They
and
were,
there was,
Was it
I
Notre
think,
Dame?
one from Western
yeah, they were from all over.
in Canada, one from Western.
From the,
I mean, we keep doing stuff like this,
Yeah.
and then we never
Mary, do you recall that website?
get any place.
yeah, do you know what they called that project?
Historic
No,
or-
I don't remember. I just remember going in, I don't know
'Cause-
how many houses with them.
I don't think it was completed because I should have read a little further down. So she said, from what I understood, though, their immediate focus is on helping with a national register of historic places in Medina County. But it's not the resource survey that we need.
We're talking about?
Yeah, and I think that might be the same thing. So I don't know if it was completed, and maybe they're having that group of students help complete that. But I
I
don't.
know it's not complete because they've talked about more students coming.
Maybe we should ask Sherry to come and present to her what we are talking about.
Sherry,
Yeah, either.
I think she came to talk to us about it. Yeah, Selena and I, and we were hoping that that maybe we could partner up to maybe accomplish this, because they have like a big expansive, and what we need is a little bit different. It's not, I mean, they're along the same lines, but it's definitely not the exact same survey. And so we're like, well, maybe we could partner up and like work off of each other. But it seems like they probably don't need our help at this point if they got UTSA to do what they exactly need moving forward. So.
Okay. Well, hopefully Selena can do some more digging around for us so maybe find someone else too. So,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
any other questions or?
We want to keep ours compact.
Well, it's just kind of different because we're relating it to guidelines.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so theirs is just to take inventory, but ours is relating to guidelines. So it's a different system.
Okay. Anything else? No? All right. Let's move on to item D, 5D, discussion and possible action on code compliance tracker. I wrote that. Code compliance tracker.
Harry, do you want me to just go over these? And if they have any questions, y'all? Okay, sounds good. So here's the historic compliance tracker. It says 2025. Clearly, I'm in the wrong year. So 1401, and I did go over code enforcement, go over these with code enforcement. So they're the most up to date. But of course, if y'all have any questions, they are here to give any feedback. So 1401 Isabella, they're still just working with the property owner. The dogs are gone and a lot of the junk and trash are gone. They're actively cleaning up the property. I mean, I don't know if y'all have driven past it, but they have had a few roll-offs. So it is actively being cleaned up, which is, thumbs up. It's progress. And so we'll see what's to come with that. But
It's sold, right?
did it?
Yes.
Okay.
They did say I would close on it.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge.
So,
I want to say they closed today.
Okay. She was hoping for an earlier closing date, is what she was telling me, because it was set for the 27th.
Is there somebody in it right now?
No, it's second. Okay. The tenants have moved out.
yeah, that's some good progress because that means that there's not going to be anybody there to make a mess of it again once it's cleaned up. So,
Hopefully.
yeah. So, okay, so we're good with that one. 501 London. On the property, I think all of y'all know the history on this, but the property was foreclosed on, so right now the bank owns it. They are in the process of cleaning up, but it's also still in legal litigation, so that process is moving really slow. There is a for sale sign, but I think that there's some other things that they're trying to accomplish before they can sell. Like, because Selena reached out to them about the windows and all that stuff, and they're like, "Oh, we're still in litigation. We can't even move forward with anything else until we get out of that litigation." And then I think that they are thinking about subdividing that property because it's on 2 lots, and technically it's a commercial lot, and so I think they're thinking about subdividing it. Yeah, so I have a feeling they'll probably move forward with that prior to them selling that property.
What about the little house next door to it? Because I think the same family owns that house too. They did. They did? Is it so? No. No, it's, they still, but this. You know the one I'm talking about, because everything that was in the house that's getting sold now was moved into that little house. Correct. When they started. Correct. So we're in the process of getting him to clean up that piece of property as well. And the bamboo is a big issue in both of the properties, and they have been spraying. And of course, with all the rain we've had, part of it's dying, part of it's not dying. Well, yeah, and that's what Stephen at the bank told me, was they need to dig it out. And then there's fencing back there. There's a Connex in the other, in the property you talked about at 509. There is not a city ordinance saying that they can't have one at this time. So, with that being said, I told them I needed to work on the bamboo. They mowed the yard. They got that done for me. And the rest of the building materials are sitting around in the yard, but it's all mowed and nice. But the little house is mixed. They didn't mow around the other little house. But they mowed around it. It's just the bamboo. And you're talking about 501 London and the one right next door to us. 509. Yeah, so they mowed all around that one too? Yes. I didn't mow, okay. Yes. Yeah, the bamboo is the problem. And according to the man who owns it, he sprayed it 3 times already. This land's still yes. Well, his family. And then Stephen Ray told me the same thing about the other property. But they've had a little better success at it now. So I don't know if one's using something a little more potent than the other, or maybe he just had more dry spells in between the rain.
All right.
Yeah, it's okay.
1715 Naples. So this one is still in court and waiting on a jury trial. Hold on 1 second.
How much is he spending lawyers?
I don't know.
Nothing.
I wouldn't think so.
So, yeah, no, I don't know, but we've never had a jury trial, or we've had a very limited jury trial, so we don't know what to do. So we're going to other cities to try and figure out how to move forward with this. Because to request a jury trial for this is bizarre.
I have a comment on this one.
Yes.
This is my neighbor.
Oh.
I know exactly. He spent 0 on lawyers. He will spend 0 on lawyers. He will take this as far as he's going to. He will take it. He's been to court 4 times. He's left work 4 times.
Wow.
To go to court. There's been no judge. There's been nothing done. He's asked for a jury. There's been nothing done. I'm just curious how much the city is spending for this to go forward, and what is because this is 8 years, and I wonder at some point, do we
Stop.
and I feel like I might have a small conflict of interest because they are friends of mine, but I am just saying that I can't see a jury side, I mean, I don't know how that would work, but,
When you think about it, you could have fixed it a long time.
I suppose, and I think that he, this whole time, has misunderstood what the problem was.
Oh, no.
And, well,
I was on.
no, I'm not saying that you guys didn't have clear communication. I am not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that I believe what he thought was that the landscaping was going to be adequate according to what he did. All of that here is, I mean, I have no idea. I'm just saying, he's left work 4 times. The courts are, like, one time the judge was like, no one was there. So I'm just not sure, what would other cities do?
I mean, I really don't know. I don't know how much money the city's actually spending. I don't know if y'all have a better idea, like every time it goes to court, how much fees we're paying as a city for it to go there. I don't know the answers to that.
And how much would a jury?
And how much the jury trial would cost. We don't know any of that. And so that's why we're looking into it.
But this is beyond our
Yeah,
scope,
it's a bit, yeah.
our commission. So this is, I mean, what we did was we identified the issue.
Excellent.
We referred it to the city, and the city's taken action.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now it's up to our middle court system, which is probably the lowest level you can get in the state of Texas. And you're getting small town justice, really. So, do any of us have an excuse or an explanation for why things are working that way? We don't. I'd suggest if you have a personal question about it, contact the city administrator, whoever's sitting in that job right now. And
Castroville.
yes.
Well, he could do that. I'm just saying this is the information that I have from that side.
Right,
I don't.
But, I think that there are problems on all sides. But I think that as far as we're concerned here on the commission, we've made ourselves very clear over the years that we want it fixed. And he's dragged his feet, and he's refused to meet with us, and he's refused all our inquiries. And
Is there a record of those?
you can look back in our minutes.
Old minutes.
All
So
our
the
old
meetings,
minutes, meeting minutes, it's all in there.
No, yeah, I don't.
So,
I don't have it.
I mean, we're not after this guy for sure.
No.
It's just something that we've identified. The city has seen our comments and acted on it.
Mhm.
So that's where we're at now. Okay.
All right.
This is a lawyer talking.
No, I think it's a valid question.
Yes, it is.
All right, so 714 Lisbon. So the roof has been patched just to keep any additional water or anything from getting in there. And we spoke, or not, we didn't speak, code compliance spoke to the homeowner, and it's just not economically feasible right now to do any major repairs on the home. So he's trying to keep it as dry as possible and as clean as possible. But besides that, there's not a lot he says he can do at this point. So
There's something you can do because it's a business. It's an Airbnb, isn't it? So what is that part of the same property?
It's on the same property, but it's not part of that business.
How does that work?
It's a historical home that he is wanting to restore, but he has not done that.
What about the little apartment right behind it?
The beam that sits off to the side.
It was a well house.
There's two buildings,
There's 2 buildings up front.
and those are the second one and the back one are Airbnbs.
How is that one sit that close to that house? Is it simply because the front house is the only thing? How is that smaller, the second one that was right behind the house, not connected to it being a historic property? Because that was there long before that one at the back was built. Because when they built the one at the back, it was only supposed to be temporary. They were only going to be temporary, and the house in front, and this goes back to the best. The house in front was going to be where they lived, and they didn't like what they wanted to do something that they didn't get to do, and that's when work stopped on the front.
I'm not aware of that. I was
So
not doing this.
so I can't see how the little one is not
these
connected
Priscilla?
to
To
the
the big
front,
one.
to
Well,
the big house, to the
I-
front.
I think what we're concerned about right now is
I think so.
that
They're in that area.
this house is deteriorating into nothing.
Close.
I mean, it
If
is.
you ask Ellen, he will let you inside the house, he will take you in,
Uh-huh.
and you can see that he's repaired the concrete.
So he has.
The house is not in a bad condition
Has he-
inside at all.
Has he buttoned up the windows? I know there's an
Yes.
attic window that was broken and
Yes,
open
sir,
for
that's been
months.
done. This is a little bitty
Okay,
picture, and you
excellent.
can't really see this. But that was one of my first contacts. was
So these-
to get these. Yes,
so
they're
those have
buttoned up
been-
again.
Okay,
Okay, and then this is what we were looking at for the roof in the
mhm,
back part of the property.
right. So what kind of patch
And
did
this is
he
what
do?
he's done. So it's perfect. I mean, it's a perfect patch job.
Okay,
So, I mean,
all right.
you know, so you can see what he's done. And he did trim the trees too, and I should have thought about making that larger as
Okay.
well, I'm sorry. But he trimmed the tree in the front, so you can see it's not hanging on the roof.
It's not on the roof.
If you drive by and look at it,
Okay.
you'll see like a big improvement in the property,
Okay.
I think.
Well, thanks for bird dogging it. I don't,
How about the one across the street from?
Oh, that's next on our list. Hey, don't get ahead of me. It's next.
all right.
I just wanna
Any
close-
questions about that one? That's my neighbor, so I have an interest in that one.
All right.
Across
So
the street's my name.
713 Lisbon. So they're in a cycle where they clean up and then more junk accumulates. But as of right now, there are no active violations.
Well,
Wait.
he's gotta clean it up again.
Oh, does he?
still
Okay.
has stuff
Yeah.
all over.
Okay.
The
Yes.
front porch still looks like it did in the pictures from,
Okay. Well, there you go. You heard
They
it.
get away with that, having all the parking around there. So, isn't there something that says you can't halfway park in the street?
well, if he would park the right direction on the road and not park, cattywampus, I mean, he could park right there.
What's that code?
by his-
That's a one-way street.
It depends because that's off-street parking. It's supposed to be like on an improved surface. Like,
It makes it a one-way street.
Right,
Yeah, I
it
can't- I
does.
They park.
I think we do allow street parking. I'm fairly certain we do allow street parking, and I don't think there's a cap on how much you can street park. But
No.
no, you don't.
No, it's asking.
Oh, I mean, you have to leave enough room.
Yeah,
a
for
fire
the
truck
right
to
of
go
way,
through, is what
yeah.
I'm told.
But I don't think we have an amount of vehicles that a house is limited to.
No, he drives. It's driven.
Okay, what about the house right next door? I know I'm asking questions, but that's a bad part of my neighborhood too. What about the house not right next door to it, that's had,
The Santa Claus house?
yes,
is that what
the
it refers to?
Santa Claus house?
It's cleaned up, the windows are, the little windows like you were talking about on this
Mhm.
house, those are all boarded up. She's mowed the property, and there's nothing that's outstanding.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
What's that address?
709
709 or something, yeah.
Can we add it
It's
to
a
our,
red and white house.
can we add it to our spreadsheet?
She bought on a courthouse steps, didn't she?
Yeah, it was sight unseen.
Yeah.
That one and the one around the corner too on our side of the street. Now it's up for sale now. It took them a long time, but they have a for sale sign there now.
Oh,
The one that faces, is it Naples? What is the
Okay.
street right by there? Is it Naples?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
It's the one on the end of my block that should face
It's Naples.
my street, but they did set it sideways
Uh-huh.
and faced it on Naples. But it's up for sale now, but it took
It
8
is,
to 9 months.
but they painted it and they trimmed the trees and
They
so
painted without coming to us.
they did.
They painted the brick.
Not that I mind, it's not bad.
I don't know either. It's better than it was.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, and then
Wait a minute, there's one more.
oh, we've already. Oh no, 307
307.
London. Oh, So other family members have taken ownership of that house, and they have stated they're going to remodel, and they've even brought plans and stuff so we can start.
Oh, cool.
But they're just not at the point where they're ready to pull the trigger. But once it gets to that stage, they'll come see y'all to make sure everything they're doing is good. But I think that will be, I say fairly soon. Let's put a year cap. Let's put a year on it and see where that gets us. But they do say that they're highly motivated to remodel that house. So
Okay.
yeah,
And they secured everything.
All right.
yeah.
The only thing they need to do is put a cap on the well, but it is secured at this time.
What, the Santa Claus house?
No,
three
there are
years.
7
There are
layers.
7, oh, they secured that.
Santa Claus. Well, okay, I get
That's
it.
who lived there.
Yes, I know. I used to visit.
Didn't he paint it red and white? Is that not white? Didn't he paint it red and white?
It's the big, it's.
The shutters were painted,
They
yeah.
didn't ask anybody, they just did it. Could be.
Well,
They're on me.
I know we're complaining about this, but thank you for all the efforts you've done to try to make things better. I mean, obviously what we're trying to do is just preserve these structures so they don't fall into ruin. Hopefully someone with a little bit of care and compassion will rescue these homes and fix them up and make them a viable part of our community. But thank you for what you do. We do appreciate it.
13, he's hurt his knee and he's not disabled, but he's not able to do as much
Mm-hmm.
as he should be. But he keeps telling me, oh, well, I'll move that to the ranch, I'll move it to the ranch, I'll move it to the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Move to the ranch.
Okay.
713, listen.
And I'm gonna keep measuring the house across from me, how high the grass gets, and when it gets, how did you tell me?
12 inches. now.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate the update.
Yes.
All right, the next item in is 5E, discuss and provide direction regarding the proposed City Hall maintenance and condition assessment project.
Okay, I'll do a little backstory on this and then I'll read into what Selena wrote. So I don't know how many of y'all been paying attention, but City Council at first was looking at maybe doing a remodel of City Hall, even maybe an addition at one point. That kind of has been taken off the table. As of right now, what City Council would like is to establish like what needs to be maintained or what's an issue on this structure, what needs to be maintained, and a schedule of those maintenance. And that's pretty much the scope that what I got from the City Council meeting. So they asked me to get with Workshop, which is Selena Angel, our historic preservation officer. You didn't get to meet her, but she's typically here. And then I let her know and I said, go listen to that City Council meeting and you'll have as much information as I do. So based off of that, she listened and she thinks she got a pretty good idea of what was asked of their company. Yeah. But I'm going to read you what she wrote. And then she did provide a scope and a fee for what those services would cost. And we're just going to kind of talk through that. And then it is going to go to City Council because they are the ones that requested this, but they did want to keep they wanted to keep the Historic Landmark Commission involved in the decision and also just a notification that this is the way they're planning to move forward with City Hall. So she just said her firm was asked to put together a proposal for maintenance and condition assessment of City Hall. What she's sharing is still very preliminary because the scope that was provided was a little vague. So this is based off of what their understanding is. The project would include an existing conditions assessment of the building, a maintenance and action plan matrix, repair recommendations, and a digital photo log. The idea is to document the visible condition of the building, identify maintenance and repair needs, prioritize them, and give the city a clear roadmap for planning future maintenance. The maintenance and action plan matrix is really the main deliverable. It'll be simple, easy to use tables, similar to what we put together for the historic resources survey workshop that we did, that lists each building component, its condition, the recommended action, the priority level, the time frame, and who should be responsible for the work, whether that's city staff, a general contractor, a preservationist specialist. We'll also include repair recommendations for items that need more significant work so the city has a clear guidance moving forward. Again, this is a rough estimate. They said they still need to meet with mayor to better define the scope. And before that, the proposal can be finalized. So based off of, those are Selena's words. I don't know if y'all have had a chance to look through what she provided for the actual maintenance and assessment, just this project, base project scope and services and deliverables. But she just breaks it down into those three components. Existing conditions, maintenance and action plan, repair recommendations. She provides her deliverables of what their company would deliver, and then the fee component. So as of right now, so the task one is the existing conditions assessment, and that's at $30,000. Task two, maintenance and action plan, is at $15,000, and then task three is repair recommendations, and that's at $25,000. These are just based off their general
My
fees.
recommendation would be that city council make a firm decision on what it wants to do. We have done, since I was mayor, I know we've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on planning on what we want to do with this building.
Mm-hmm.
From expansion to repair to scrapping it and build something somewhere else. We've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. I do not recommend that we spend 2 cents on a maintenance plan until city council makes a firm decision on what it wants to do with this building. Either get rid of it, fix it, or expand it. But these half measures, I mean, we're just throwing good money after bad. I mean, my guess is next year council will decide something else for this building. So until then, I think that Public Works should in-house do a survey of this building and make sure, for instance, the roof isn't pouring down water like when I was on council the first time.
We just, we have a new roof.
Yeah, so we have a new roof and we fixed the windows. So
We're still
So-
working on that.
and we're
Doors.
exactly, so that requires maintenance, but I don't see why we have to spend, $50,000 on a plan. Just spend $50,000 on the windows and doors.
Agreed.
I mean, it makes no sense. And we have a good public works department that can look at a window and say, this needs painting. Look at the roof, go up there and say, you know what, this tar is coming off.
Yep.
Or look at does this need repair? Yes, it needs repair. I mean, we don't need another study. There have been so many studies. You can go into your files and you can find 10 or 12 studies and pick whatever you want.
Yep.
I mean, you don't need more studies. You just need to do it. So my recommendation is that they not do this at all. And they don't need our input for that.
Okay. Agreed.
I don't know. Does anyone have any other?
I'll make a motion because I agree.
We don't need a motion,
Building
but
historic?
Yes, it is.
So not
It's
here.
but this, well, it's a,
1851.
and this still, some of this, like outside windows, has to go to TLC. Unless we're
It does.
repair and replace exactly what's there.
which
So
we did about 10
we
years
did
ago.
that, right, but now some of that's falling apart.
Well,
So-
to repair it, that's fine. We can do the repairs. If it's a like repair, we
Right.
don't have to go through all the rigmarole. But Public Works can look to see there's rot on this window, needs to be repaired. There is paint that needs to be repainted.
Yeah.
All that is not rocket science. And it doesn't require someone with an advanced degree to figure that out.
Right.
This is simple maintenance, it sounds like
It is.
council wants, right?
It is.
I
So-
agree, but I have a question, because the last time we did all this, TLC gave us some of the money to do it, right? If I'm remembering right.
Yeah.
And so.
There was a grant.
There was a grant, and so if we're going to start having to do something with what was done then with the grant, do we have to go back to TLC, or can we do it just as repairing?
My understanding is that if it's just repair, standard maintenance, we don't have to go back. If we're doing something different, for instance, we're replacing windows, replacing roofs, we're changing something integral to the building, definitely we have to go back. But if we're just
talking about maintenance.
right, if we need to repaint a room because the paint is peeling off,
That's maintenance.
that's maintenance. If we need to patch the roof because it looks like it's going to start leaking,
But y'all had directed her to go to THC.
THC.
THC. Yes. when y'all directed her to come, if I'm remembering right, when we started talking about this and they pulled her in, there was something that said that she would have to go to THC or talk to them. I
Okay.
don't know. You might check it.
Okay.
If
I'll
you're
check
not
into that.
You mean
remembering right,
Selena?
Huh?
What? Who has to go?
They asked Selena to coordinate with, I think they asked Selena to coordinate with THC.
I don't remember that, but
I
I'll
don't
go.
either.
I'll go
No.
re-listen.
I know
I don't
this
either.
is Selena's report. This is her font and everything, but
Mhm.
this is a third party, right? This isn't Selena's.
Well, Selena
she-
works for a firm. It's
She
fine.
works for this firm?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a
Okay.
contractor.
She's a
Okay.
contractor.
All right.
So I think that, I'm speaking for everybody right now, I guess, but my thought is that our recommendation to council is that they figure out what they want to do and really nail it down, and not say, we're going to spend $50,000 for another plan that doesn't mean anything because we're going to change our mind at the beginning of next year and come up with another plan because the city's growing and we need more space or something like that. I mean, all this has been discussed in all the permutations so many times. So I think this is just ridiculous. If the roof needs fixing, fix the roof.
We did.
If the windows need painting, then paint them. You don't need a plan.
We did. I don't think we asked for this.
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
The council did?
Yes.
Council asked Selena to do all this.
Okay.
But I thought
My
they
apologies.
included at least contacting THC too, but I may be wrong.
I listened, but it was such a short conversation, but then directive. So
Yes.
I
yeah.
have to read the minutes, but I thought it was just maintenance stuff. Not
This is
everything,
just-
not plumbing and all of that.
No, this is just maintenance. I mean,
Well,
I'm
but
sure
if you
that.
look at the list, it's not windows and doors.
Oh no, but I think she did an exhaustive list because I mean, when you say in a city council meeting maintenance, they don't know exactly windows, doors, roof, plumbing, HVAC. What
Right.
what does that mean? So
But
I
it
think
was-
yeah, I think
Council was asking for windows and doors, roofs, not the whole
okay.
insulation.
Yeah. So I think it was, and they did want to speak with Mayor about this because they felt like the scope was a little vague. So that's probably, she needed some clarification on that as well. So
Okay.
I agree with Jeff.
Anything else? Anyone have any
Yeah.
comments? I've kind of taken all the air out of the room, I guess, but. Okay, thank you. All right, discussion on future agenda items. Anyone have anything they'd like to discuss next meeting? Besides the secretary position?
yeah, I have that on the list. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'll talk to Selena about reaching out to other colleges.
Yes.
I don't know if that'll be ready for the next
Okay.
meeting though. Hmm. And then do I
Are we
have
going to
anything?
reach out to,
Sherry,
yes.
do we want to?
I think we spot. I'm blanking on who I talked to, but I think we talked to her. Yeah, but I can confirm that. But I think me, Selena, Sherry. There's like another person she works with.
Andrea.
Andrea.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, we met with both of them. Hmm. Yeah.
But maybe even if they come talking, if that's not, let us know what it really is, and maybe it's something we can use, and maybe it's something we can't use.
Yeah.
We should
But I
have
hate
access to
see
it anyway.
I
Yeah.
hate to see
In our
survey after
position.
survey after survey that it's never doing.
Yeah. Like I said, the one that we need is a little bit more specific because it refers to our guidelines. Yeah, and that's the aspect of it they can't provide. And they're not going to do the whole district because they only do historic houses, but now it encompasses all of HE and CG. So it would be a lot missed out
And
on.
they were doing the
Yeah. Hmm. So.
I recall the workshop we had. I know we talked about the survey. We also talked about changing ordinances, just the language and the lettering and everything.
Mhm.
I can't remember where we as a committee fell on wanting the survey. Did we send that recommendation off, or did we
for that survey that they did?
for a whole new survey?
No, I don't think we did.
Then
No, I
why
think
are
it
we
was to
doing
go-
it?
I think it was to talk to UTSA because we thought that they could provide that.
Okay.
But the thing, what I was kind of getting at earlier is that if you're going to do drastic changes to your historic design guidelines, it was going to be matching up with that survey. So it's you can go without the survey, but the guidelines would have to reflect different language.
The reason for the survey was because we've had a dramatic shift in the way we look at historic properties because of our new historic districts, right? So what we're trying to do is get a handle on how we deal with different eras of homes. Because frankly, the 1960s homes, the really ugly ones, in my opinion, are historic now, right? So how do we deal with those kind of homes? So we really need a survey to show us those homes as well as the 1800s homes. So we can make some decisions about how we want to address those homes. Because when people in the historic district come up and say, oh, I have a house that was built in 1972, and I want to fix it up, what am I supposed to do? Make it look like the Brady Bunch house again?
Well, it's gonna
You
affect
know,
our
or what?
guidelines. It's gonna affect our
Yes,
guidelines.
exactly.
Not our ordinance, but our guidelines.
Yes, it's more of an internal thing. But until we have a handle on what we're dealing with property-wise, we can't really make decisions on how we're going to help those people to keep them in a condition that makes sense for our community.
So what I hear you saying is you need a survey before you can even formulate or put together a guideline for 60s homes.
Or 50s homes, or 40s homes, for that matter. I mean, it's just, so, because we've never had to deal with that before. We've only dealt with pioneer homes for the most part.
But
So-
don't our guidelines, I think, are pretty good because I think you need a breakdown, like 1840s to let's say 1840s to 1900s, 1900s to a certain date, okay? Then from that date to the next date.
Yeah, we can have categories and how
Categories.
we address them, what their importance historically to us, what the city decides it wants to focus on, historically speaking. But we need to know what we're dealing with first.
Yes.
And that's why the survey is important. And we want to do it on the cheap. We've used UTSA before, and they've been real helpful with our master plan, for instance. And they've been real helpful. So we thought that they would, because they advertise that they do this kind of stuff, that would come to our rescue as they had in the past. And for some reason, they're tired of dealing with us. I don't know why. We're very nice people, I think.
Is the survey just to find out how many houses were built in what year?
It's to look at each property and see what structures are on them and when they were built.
Okay.
Is it
And
like a
then they
head
would-
count?
Then they would
And-
go into a
Inventory.
category.
Right.
It's inventory. Yeah,
It's
it's
an
inventory,
inventory.
and then the design guidelines would reflect that inventory. So a 2024 house would not have, maybe like you would even say anything after 2000 or after 1970, whatever you want to put in there does not have to come to HLC or you make the guidelines based off of that inventory instead of it just being right now it's just generalized because they're in the historic district.
So you want the year it was built and what, you
Right.
just want inventory.
And this
Well,
is gonna
well,
catalog.
and the reason for that is so that we can decide how we want to address those homes when they come to us. For instance, a 1970s home may have a single paned aluminum framed window in it.
Mm-hmm.
So are we going to require them to put the same windows in there, or can you put something that's better?
That's exactly it.
Yeah, so those are important questions, right? And
Right.
things
Do
that
we
people,
need them to put,
yeah,
you want builder grade?
right, because that's what was there before.
Right.
I mean, does that make sense?
No.
Probably not. So that's why we're trying to get this inventory on board before we start making those decisions.
I bet it's gonna be hard to find somebody to actually look. Most of the time when you see these people looking at historic districts, they just wanna look at the old ones. And now we're asking them, now you've gotta tell us something about that 1970s and 1980s.
Well, we can set the limit,
Right.
and usually the limit's 50 years, I think, right?
Yeah.
So.
I think it is, but I mean,
So we could go back like to
yeah.
76, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So
There's
But
a
it
lot
shifts,
of communities that
right?
that deal with this, so this would not be us reinventing the wheel.
Right.
There's so many historic districts, especially in small town Texas. So, but the only thing is you have to establish like that baseline
Yes.
of the inventory that you have, so you can start regulating based off of that.
And once we have the baseline, we're set.
Yeah.
Because we don't have to do it again.
Yeah.
It's set. So that's kind of the long pole in the tent. And going out and asking the city to pay for it's going to be extraordinarily expensive.
Yeah.
So we're looking to do it on the cheap. That's a long story. Does that help?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We need to find one in San Antonio that kind of matches us, like Monte Vista or something that started early on, and how many new ones have been built in there and how they came.
I mean, they all. There's so many communities around Texas that have had the exact same. Yeah. There's, I think, like Richardson probably has a good one. That one was built out over time. It was, yeah. You know, there's a lot of
You mean in Dallas?
not
Richardson?
Richardson.
Well, I'm sure even like cities like New Braunfels, Bernie,
Exactly.
Georgetown.
Yeah, there's so
all those
many.
places,
Yeah, there's
they-
so many. Yeah.
And San Antonio, if you look at their ordinances, is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, it's too much for what we need. But
Exactly.
so Selena can help us with that, and I think it's just going to take her some time to do some snooping around.
What about San Antonio Archaeological Society? That's a volunteer club. They meet on a monthly basis and they go out upon request of people and with a group and do things because they love to do that.
San Antonio Archaeological Society, you said?
I think it's more architectural.
Yeah, it's more architectural. That's the issue.
But I mean,
who knows?
Who knows? So I'll throw that into Selena's ear. She probably is either heard with them or worked with them because she's very entrenched in all that stuff in San Antonio. So
Well, that's why we hire her.
yeah.
So she does the heavy thinking for us.
Yeah.
So, right. All right. Anything else, members?
Not a big deal, but do the businesses on Highway 90 have to, when they have a sign, do they have to come to us if it's not historical? I'm talking about the appliance. They have temporary signs up right now. Are they going to have to come?
So that is part of the historic district. So yes, that's going to have to come to y'all.
But not the honey sign.
No, the honey
The yellow
sign.
roof?
Yeah, that's not in the historic
With the
district.
honey sign.
No.
I know, but that's
the old place.
So yeah, that will come to y'all. We reached out to them, I believe, but we haven't heard anything back. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any other items for next meeting? No? All right. So we'll adjourn at 7:38. How about that?
Thank you for your patience with this one. I really do